What's up, YouTube? NC Bass Smashers coming back at you. We're going to do a little rig rundown today. Just cover basically rods, reels, tackle. We're going to make it quick because it's really hot. I'm sweating. Been working on this little red truck. You can see some stuff in the background. Hey, me and Drew, we're everydayers, weekend warriors. Most of the time, sometimes during the week too. So, let's see, Drew, what should I start with? Tackle or rods and reels?
Let's go tackle.
Let's go tackle, all right. So, little thing of some mystery tackle boxes. I've been subscribed to them for, I don't know, 6-8 months. Kids in the background. Told you we're just everydayers. But here's a bag I found at Field and Stream. I really like it because it holds a lot of tackle. In the top of the bag, some Googan Squad, some custom baits. I think that's from 911 Customs. They're made somewhere right here in North Carolina. There's one from Japan. It's really cool. I got a wire instead of a hard wire, flexible wire. Terminal tackle. Keep it in the Bass Mafia Googan Squad box. Don't want to reach in there to a rusty hook. Don't know if I'm up to date on my Technic shot, so weights, mostly lead. Got a little bit of tungsten in here, not much because that stuff's high. But shaky heads, beads for Carolina rig, nail weights, just all that good jazz. Semi-organized. Got them all labeled up, things of that sort. Chatterbaits. Got one jackhammer, so yet to catch a fish on it, but I've got one. Crankbaits in here, jerkbaits, lipless, things of that sort, some jerkbaits. Done pretty good with those. Here's a cool one I got not too long ago. One of the baby bull shads from Ketchco. Pretty cool. Sharp hooks from Googan Squad. Good job there, fellas. Top water box, buzz baits, whopper ploppers. There's one there. That's the 90? Is that a 90?
Yeah.
That's the 90. Spooks, a few frogs. Not really gotten big into the frog game, but I would like to throw some more frogs and get on a topwater bite with them. That'd be fun. The old jitterbug, torpedo, just different things like that. Then on the side, I keep a bunch of worms, trailers, some bandito bugs. This side, kind of the same deal. A lot of my Senkos, O-ring tool in there, so I can get to it pretty quick. Got it there. I kind of keep some of my favorites in here. There's the Slim Shake, Rattling Ned, some Zoom. I really like this color from Googan Squad called Natural. Pretty cool color. Kind of a green pumpkin with blue flake on the top, and then like a silver metallic on the bottom. Really like that color. Another one of my favorites is these two right here, which is this one. Those Senkos, which is it's done rubbed off, but that's a color called Dirty Worm. Pretty cool. Last time we were catching them on a Cheeto. There's that. I think this bag was like $100. Keep the old face shield in there from the sun. I really like it because I got a lot of farm ponds around here, and sometimes I've got a smaller bag so I can take some stuff out of this real quick, put it in some of these other boxes that I've got. And then I've got quite a few crappie baits, jigs, chokers. Really like these shad poles. They're pretty cool. When we go to farm ponds, just in case you can't catch no bass, at least you can try to catch something. Pretty big variety of some rooster tails. And pretty much all of them are Rooster Tail brand, because you know some of them little El Cheapos from Walmart, little spinner don't want to spin, and that gets on my nerves. So not every little thing that I showed you, but pretty much all of it. There's baits in all these boxes here that I've kept in it. Mark some of them, lizards and worms. Alright, we're going to start with the old spinning rods. Here's a Lew's American Hero. The other night, me and Noah went pond hopping. You might see that video on the channel. And that was the only thing that we could get him to bite. Just a little minnow looking deal. 5-to-1 gear ratio. I think this is 8 or 10 pound line on it. Use it for small stuff, Ned rigs, things like that. There's that one. That's not a real expensive combo, but I like it. Then I got another one. Stinking spider on my face. Probably a brown recluse or black widow. It's always nice. And then here's a little more expensive spinning rod. This is the Lew's Xfinity, I think. Yeah, Lew's. Really bright. Of course, I was throwing a crappy jig on it last time me and Drew Man went down to Reedsville Lake. The largies wasn't biting, so I threw that around a little bit. But kind of use this one as the same way as that one. This one's a little more limber than this one here.
Can we show the folks at home how not to use a spinning rod?
We did see some guys. He was casting it not this way, folks. If you see this, there's a big problem with whoever you're fishing around. The best thing to do is run the opposite direction. Instead of casting this way, he was casting this way. And he would say, and apparently this dude, hey, I don't make fun of beginners, don't do that, but apparently this guy had been fishing for years this way. This is how he was going at it.
Top of the line.
It's pretty interesting, pretty interesting. We'll do this one right here because half of this is mine and half of it's Drew's. School Bass Pro Extreme. Pretty cool colors in it. And it's on a Gander Mountain 6.6, I believe, medium heavy. And I've been throwing my Whopper Plopper 75 on there, so that's pretty cool. And I was throwing a Berkley lightning rod on this reel and got hung up one day to do a pull. Didn't hold up. I really like this reel. Always liked the Extremes, thought they were pretty cool looking. Made real good, it seems like, too. So it's got a flipping switch on it. Never use it, folks. Never use it. This is 13 Fishing Origin. I like it. Pretty stiff rod. It's a 7-1 medium heavy, extra fast. I've got the old C rig tied up on it. Some tungsten weights right there. Senko, extra wide gap hook. Our home lake, the Carolina rig, usually seems to do a good job. So keep that on there. Pull off the old rod sock. G-Man rod socks here that he uses. G-Man, if you're watching it, we could use some more. Send some our way. Another Lew's American Hero. I think I got this at Field and Stream. It's a 7-to-1 gear ratio. I think this is a 6.6 medium heavy again. I've got 12-pound fluoro on it. Been throwing the jerkbait, which was the ticket for me and Drew last time that we were on Blues. That's what that big bass was caught off of. I'll also use this a lot of times to throw my topwater. I'll throw the buzz bait on it, or I'll throw my Whopper Ploppers or my spook. I'll throw that on there a lot of times. Most expensive rod and reel that I've ever bought, and of course this is the one that I threw in a pond a few weeks back and had to go in the pond to get it. It's, of course, the rod's a favorite 6-stick, 7.3, medium heavy, 12-pound fluoro on here. The Shimano SLX DC has that sweet sound that when you throw it, I think this is actually a 8-to-2 gear ratio, so a real high gear ratio. And what I like about this thing, folks, is that I can go throwing, seriously, this is what I was throwing the other night, a rooster tail on it. And I can go from a chatterbait, half-ounce chatterbait, to that little rooster tail, and I never adjust my settings. Then I can throw a weightless Senko. I really like the rod. It's got the micro eyes. Pretty scared when I throw it in the pond. Afraid I was going to lose it. So I like this setup, and it's just all around. I can throw about anything I want on it. The rod seems to handle everything that we've caught so far. Haven't caught no real big monsters off of it yet, but it's coming, folks. It's coming. This is what most of the time we're going to grab and use right here. Not my favorite thing to throw, but I do like to have it. Shimano SLX DC, highly recommend it. If you're looking to spend a lot of money on one, I like it. The others, though, there again, we've got something that was whole combo, 70 bucks, still does a good job. So you ain't got to go and spend all that high dollar money. Let's just be honest though, it's cool to have. So there's my rod and reel arsenal. Some of the baits that we use. We may do a rig rundown of the boat. Give this video a like. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, NC Bass Smashers. We've also got an Instagram. Be sure to check that out. And let's see if we can't get this channel to grow some. It's just me and Drew having a good time on the water. We're like weekend warriors. Sometimes we get to hit it during the week after work. We just have a good time. Try to go out there and catch some fish and make some videos and have fun. Oh yeah, forgot this. Noah's made quite a few appearances on the channel, so we'll give his little rig a run down here. We got a video in the archives of Noah catching about a 5-pound bass on this right here. But here's Noah's rig, the old Jurassic Park. And as you can see,
2 1-to-1 gear ratio.
very slow, but hey, the other night, he was doing some work for him. He had one of his little minnows on here as well. And I was actually kind of surprised that it held up after he caught such a big bass off of it, but it seems to still be doing a good job. Handle did fly off one day, so I found a little nut, put it back together for him. He's been fishing ever since. So there's Noah's rig. Come back and do one of the boat. Cover the fish finder that we got. Trying to get to where we can learn that a little bit better because it's got side imaging, down scan, sonar, GPS. Pretty cool. Be sure to like, share, subscribe. I'm going to stop rambling. We'll catch y'all next time. See ya.